and it's like it doesn't work that way. So I told her, I ain't never, dealt with. I've never been afraid of her. I think she thought I was afraid of her. I've never been afraid of her. And I kind of knew she wasn't right, but it just took, that conversation between me and you to figure out the truth as to what happened.
I think, too, that she told me that she said to her, when you start pulling back, when she wanted you to help her curse my child, and you pulled away, she said that Spirit told her, now we got to work on Jamila and pull her back in. And that's when you and her and Jamila and Spiritree and Tina came to you trying to talk to you. What did they say again when you were kind of pulling away?
Well, I was in Savannah, Georgia at that time, so I was having a lot of issues, and I kind of figured it was Spiritree. Like, when that voice is in the back of your head, where it's telling you something, and I knew that woman was right. But yeah, she actually called me one day. This was probably a few weeks before me and Tina had gotten into it, or maybe a week or so. And I just kind of sensed something weird going on. But she called me and she said, we're going to have to do work on Dadero. And I'm like, no, you're not. I'm like, this is ridiculous. So, of course, there was work was exchanged. And then I hung up, because I didn't want anything to do with it, I usually, I just hung up and prayed because I just felt like it just didn't feel right to me. I said, why would you do something? I said, I was like, it's got to be something deeper than this. You know what I'm saying? For you to just go after this man for no reason. If you ask me, she's crazy. And she tried to make it seem like it was me, but I didn't have no reason to want to hurt Danilo. I mean, she's the one, she is after Danilo because of her animosity with you. And that's another thing I don't agree with. Why is she, go ahead.
How did she respond when you kept asking her to hear the tape where she said, I told my one and my son did, and I want her to help me kill him?
Yeah, this is a big issue. This is a big one, so this is good that the audience gets to hear this. Listen to this, guys. Go ahead, Jamila.
She would never send me that tape. I don't believe that tape is incriminating against Alexyss at all. She won't let anybody hear it. She won't send the file. So whatever that is, I have no idea what it is. Is that what you were asking? Like, I don't believe she has this tape.
Yeah, she kept saying she had proof, and you all were agreeing with her. Mama got the tape. Y'all were believing her, but then you said behind the scene, y'all are asking her, well, can we hear a taste? Can we hear a sample? Tell them about that.
Well, you know what? She did have like a sample, but you could barely hear it. I was like, Spiritree, I can't make out anything that she's saying. It sounded like your voice. I mean, we in the South, so a lot of the women, down here can sound, if you far away. So I just heard a snippet of it, and she had promised us, she kept promising us to send us the raw file. She kept promising to send it to us. She said hours and hours of tape conversation of you saying that you want him dead, or it was either both of us. She kept flipping back and forth. It was like 1 minute if she wanted him dead, and the next minute she wanted me dead, and it was just like, she couldn't keep her story together. For real.
So on that little snippet you heard that you said sounded like it could possibly be my voice, did you hear her call my name? Did you hear me say my name or say my son's name and say I wanted him dead?
No, I did not hear anything like that. And I apologize for just going along with it. I was just angry. We talked about that because, but I've never been in cahoots with her. Like, I think she caught me at a weak moment.
Yeah.
But it was just your voice. We could hear that's it. That we could just hear. She could have got mad and did swear because I noticed that they, I never heard Alexyss say anything about murdering her child or wanting anything negative to happen to him. I never heard it, and that's why I kept telling her, send it to me. Send me the tape, and she would never send it.
Well, Tina asked for the tape too.
So me and Tina began to get suspicious about it. You know, we was like, I don't, you know, and well, at least I did. I got suspicious about it. It didn't make no sense that there was no case, you know, that she couldn't send it to us. And then she made an excuse as to why she couldn't send me the file. But it was more like, you know how when you hold a phone up to something and you can't really hear it, you know, you want to have the actual file so that you can listen. But she was like purposely trying to cover something up. Oh boy. Do you have any questions, RPJ?
Yes, I do. Actually, the audience has a couple questions, and I'm going to ask them.
Okay.
And this is not to be rude or anything, so we're going to be very nice questions to one another. But the audience does ask. To Alexyss, the audience wants to know. The audience wants. The audience aren't sure. I'm still actually, Jamila. The audience doesn't know if you are saying these things to be nice to Alexyss or this is the absolute truth. So please.
Before she answers, though, this is stuff I know for a fact happened, though. I saw it happening. Like the way I described how it began, this is not what Jamila told me. This is what I saw happening. How me and her started how she came up to my page, and then how Spiritree got in it, and then molded and controlled